Memphis, a city renowned for its rich musical heritage, finds itself entangled in a narrative that starkly contrasts its harmonious legacy. On a seemingly ordinary day, the rhythm of the city was disrupted by a sudden and tragic event. Outside Perignon's restaurant, a place usually buzzing with the city's vibrant life, the air was pierced by gunfire.
A deadly shooting in Hickory Hill with connections to Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live tonight from St. Francis Hospital. That's where the victims were taken.
Among the chaos and confusion, a figure well known in the Memphis rap scene lay grievously wounded. Anthony Big Jook Mims, the older brother of the famed rapper Yo Gotti, became the latest victim in a series of violent incidents that have marred the city's rap community. This incident, however, was not just another statistic in the city's ongoing struggle with violence. It was a poignant reminder of the personal toll and deep-rooted conflicts that often lurk behind the glitz and glamour of the music industry.
Right now, we do have video that we're analyzing, but we don't have a clear suspect identified at this time. But we know that a weapon was used, a firearm was used in this incident.
Anthony Big Jook Mims, known in the community as Yo Gotti's older brother, became the center of a harrowing tale outside Perignon's restaurant and event center. It was a Saturday afternoon, January 13th, 2024, when the calm was shattered by gunfire. The incidents unfolded rapidly, leaving bystanders in shock and confusion.
So, man, hey, y'all. I'm finna start a GoFundMe, man, because I know a lot of you about here, man. Can't do no shit.
Big Jook, having just attended a relative's funeral, was suddenly caught in a maelstrom of violence. The shots, fired with lethal intent, found their mark, critically wounding him and another individual. Rushed to St. Francis Hospital, Big Jook's life hung precariously in the balance. The second victim, transported separately, was also in critical condition. Their fate intertwined with Big Jook's in this unexpected tragedy.
And between this reel right here.
Hey, for real? Big Jook. Whoa!
The Memphis Police Department, arriving at the scene, faced a grim tableau. Their initial investigation suggested this was not a random act of violence, but a targeted attack. Surveillance footage offered a glimmer of hope in identifying the assailants. Yet the motive behind the shooting remained cloaked in mystery. The community, reeling from the news, struggled to make sense of the senseless. Big Jook, a figure associated with the collective music group, CMG, Yo Gotti's record label, was more than a statistic. He was a symbol of the deep-rooted issues plaguing the city's rap scene.
Again, at least 5 police sources confirmed with Fox 13 that the person is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Big Jook, again, is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti.
As the news rippled through Memphis, a city already grappling with its share of violence, the shooting raised numerous questions. Was this a personal vendetta, or did it signify a deeper, more systemic issue within the rap community? The answers remained elusive, leaving a community in mourning and a family grappling with an unimaginable loss. In the wake of the shooting that claimed the life of Anthony Big Jook Mims, the Memphis community found itself enveloped in a somber atmosphere, grappling with the harsh realities of violence that had struck one of their own. The investigation into the incident unfolded with a sense of urgency, reflecting the community's desperate need for answers and justice. Memphis Police Department, armed with surveillance footage, embarked on a meticulous quest to piece together the events of that fateful afternoon. The footage, while crucial, did not immediately yield the clarity needed to apprehend the perpetrators. Deputy Chief Paul Wright Jr., with over 3 decades of service, faced the media, his expression a mix of determination and the weight of responsibility. "We have video that we are analyzing, but we don't have a clear suspect identified at this time," he stated, underscoring the complexity of the case. The shooting, occurring just hours after Big Jook attended a repast for a loved one, seemed to be a targeted attack, a hypothesis that only deepened the intrigue and speculation surrounding the case. The second victim's critical condition added another layer of urgency to the investigation. Authorities were left to ponder the motive behind this targeted violence, considering various angles, including potential links to ongoing feuds within the Memphis rap scene. Meanwhile, the community's response was a tapestry of grief, anger, and a clamoring for peace. Vigils were held, prayers were offered, and the streets of Memphis echoed with calls for an end to the senseless violence that had claimed yet another life. Big Jook's family, particularly his mother, Geraldine Mims, faced the media with a poignant mix of sorrow and resilience. Her words, laden with emotion, resonated with a community all too familiar with loss. We need to stop this. No mother should have to go through this. As the investigation continued, the city of Memphis waited, hoping for closure and justice in a case that had not only taken a life, but had also shaken the very foundations of their community. Yo Gotti, born Mario Santel Guiden Mims, emerged from the streets of Memphis to become a prominent figure in the rap industry. His journey, marked by a blend of grit, talent, and determination, saw him rise from the local scene to national fame. This chapter delves into his ascent and the bond he shared with his brother, Big Juk, whose life was tragically cut short. Gotti's early life was steeped in the challenges of Memphis's rough neighborhoods. His foray into music, initially under the moniker Lil Yo, was more than a career choice. It was a pathway out of the hardships that surrounded him. His debut album, Youngsta's on a Come Up, released in 1996, marked the beginning of a journey that would see him evolve not just in name, but in stature within the rap world. As Yo Gotti, he carved out a niche with his unique style, blending the rawness of street life with a keen sense for storytelling. Big Juk, older than Gotti, was more than just a sibling. He was a confidant, a supporter, and an integral part of Gotti's journey. While Gotti's fame grew, Big Juk remained a steadfast presence, often seen promoting CMG, the label that became a testament to Gotti's success. Their bond transcended the usual ties of brotherhood, rooted in shared experiences and a mutual understanding of the life they had left behind. Gotti's rise to prominence was not without its challenges. The rap industry, known for its competitiveness and often harsh realities, tested his resolve. Yet through it all, the support of his family, particularly Big Juk, remained a constant. The shooting that claimed Big Juk's life was not just a personal tragedy for Gotti. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even amidst the glamour of fame. As Gotti navigated the complexities of his career, the loss of his brother added a somber chapter to his story, one that underscored the often unseen personal costs of success in the rap world. The shooting of Big Juk, Yo Gotti's brother, brought to the surface a web of speculations and theories, particularly its potential connection to the death of Young Dolph, a prominent figure in the Memphis rap scene and Gotti's former music rival. Young Dolph's untimely death in 2021 sent shockwaves through the Memphis community and the rap world at large. His murder, outside a local cookie store, was a brutal reminder of the lethal consequences that can stem from rap rivalries. The proximity of Dolph's shooting to where Big Juk was later attacked added fuel to the speculative fire. Authorities, while cautious, did not immediately dismiss the possibility of a connection. Deputy Chief Paul Wright stated, "This is preliminary, so we haven't developed a connection to that at this time." The speculation was not limited to law enforcement circles. The community and fans of both artists pondered the likelihood of a retaliatory motive, given the history of animosity between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. Online discussions and rumors swirled, with some suggesting that Big Juk's shooting was payback for Dolph's death, a theory that, while unconfirmed, reflected the often complex dynamics of street and rap culture. Which began as a war of words and music, had seemingly spilled over into real-life consequences, blurring the lines between artistic rivalry and personal vendetta. As the investigation into Big Juk's shooting progressed, the shadow of Young Dolph's death loomed large, serving as a grim backdrop to an already tragic event. The potential link, whether real or perceived, highlighted the dangerous undercurrents that can run through the rap industry, where words and beats can sometimes lead to bullets and bloodshed. The feud between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti is a saga marked by rivalry, music, and street cred, deeply entwined with the fabric of Memphis's rap scene. This chapter delves into the origins and escalation of their conflict, shedding light on how it reverberated through the community and possibly influenced the tragic events that followed. The animosity between Dolph and Gotti wasn't just a typical rap rivalry. It was a reflection of deeper territorial and personal disputes. It began subtly, with subliminal disses in tracks and interviews, but soon escalated into a full-blown feud. Young Dolph, rising in the ranks of Memphis's rap scene, challenged Gotti's self-proclaimed title as the King of Memphis, a move that didn't sit well with Gotti, an established figure in the industry. The tension between the two artists was more than just lyrical sparring. It was a battle for supremacy in a city known for its competitive music scene. Dolph's mixtape, King of Memphis, released in 2016, was seen as a direct challenge to Gotti's status, further fueling the feud. The rivalry spilled over into their music, with each artist releasing tracks that took jabs at the other, escalating the hostility. The feud took a darker turn with incidents of violence. Young Dolph's shooting in 2017, where he was targeted but survived, added a sinister dimension to the rivalry. The streets of Memphis became the backdrop for a conflict that transcended music, blurring the lines between artistic expression and real-life animosity. As the feud continued, it cast a long shadow over the Memphis rap scene, with fans and the community caught in the crossfire of words and bullets. The tragic shooting of Big Jook, in the context of this ongoing rivalry, raised questions about the extent to which such feuds can fuel real-world violence, leaving a community to grapple with the consequences. The shooting of Big Jook, amidst the backdrop of the long-standing feud between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, resonated far beyond the immediate tragedy, casting a spotlight on the broader implications for the Memphis community and the rap industry. This chapter examines the ripple effects of such incidents on the local community and the world of rap music. In Memphis, a city already grappling with issues of violence and crime, the shooting added to the narrative of a community in distress. The incident was not just a personal tragedy for Yo Gotti and his family. It became a symbol of the urgent need for change in a city where music and violence too often intersect. Community leaders, activists, and residents called for peace and unity, emphasizing the need to address the underlying issues that lead to such violence. Vigils and community meetings became platforms for dialogue, as the city sought ways to heal and move forward. In the rap industry, the shooting and the feud between Dolph and Gotti highlighted the sometimes dangerous overlap between art and life. While rap music has long been a medium for artists to express their realities, including conflicts and rivalries, incidents like this underscore the potential for real-world consequences. Industry insiders, fellow artists, and fans began to reflect on the responsibility of artists in their portrayal of violence and the impact it can have on their audiences and communities. The legacy of Big Jook's shooting, therefore, extends beyond the loss of a life. It serves as a poignant reminder of the need for responsibility and change, both in the streets of Memphis and in the rap industry. As the city mourns and the industry reflects, the hope is that such tragedies can lead to a greater understanding and a concerted effort to prevent future violence, ensuring that music remains a source of expression and not a catalyst for conflict. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.